Candyman in the Classroom, Blockbuster-inspired speakeasies, and the Crow reboot, all on this Monday edition of
Spill the Guts.
I like it spooky.
Hello and welcome. My name is Clint, and I am one half of the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast, which brings you a featured news, reviews, interviews, and entertainment show every other week. Free streaming movie app rundowns twice a month. This tri-weekly horror news blitz roundup every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and have been teasing even more regular content coming soon. Here is a hint and a half of a teaser regarding just that.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
The I Like It Spooky Horror podcast presents Pure Macabre's
Mishmash.
with your host,
Leah Stalker.
I'm so glad that you're here.
I like it spooky.
A major announcement answering all of your questions will drop right here on Spill the Guts this coming Friday. But as for today, it is Monday, September 10th, and this just in. First story of the day comes to us from Fangoria.com, who isn't afraid to say his name 5 times. How would you like to watch Candyman at the University of Illinois, Chicago? Let's take it a step further with the actual classroom where Trevor, Xander Berkeley, lectures on modern urban folklore. Kenny Caperton's ongoing film series, On Set Cinema, immerses fans in movie-going experiences like no other. From Halloween at Michael Myers' house to The Shining at the Overlook and the faculty at the high school where the whole alien invasion went down, Caperton has been delivering wonderfully unique experiences. On-Set Cinema's latest endeavor is sure to be equally as unique as Bernard Rose's 1992 modern horror classic screening on the university campus. Be On-Set Cinema's victim on Saturday, December 9th at the University of Illinois, Chicago for just $30, $18 for current UIC students with a valid college ID. Doors open at 7, the film rolls at 8, and we dare you to say his name 5 times. For more info or to purchase tickets, visit meyerhousennc.thundertix.com. Second story of the day isn't quite horror related, but close and equally as awesome. RemindMagazine.com, who recently interviewed I Like It Spooky Horror podcast co-host Brian about the upcoming screening of Next of Kin and Strange Behavior at the Orpheum Theater in Galesburg, Illinois, brought to you by the podcast in cooperation with Severn Films, reports that Blockbuster-inspired speakeasies are popping up in big cities around the country. Every Friday and Saturday night in the 80s and 90s and even early 2000s, the video rental store was the place to be. If you were lucky enough, you could snag a copy of the newest release, some free popcorn, and a treat to take back home to enjoy your evening. Blockbuster and other video rental chains were the best places to find new entertainment. These days, streaming services have taken over, and just one Blockbuster remains standing. If you are nostalgic for those days, a pop-up speakeasy is here to ease the pain. Bucket Listers, the company that has brought nostalgic pop-ups inspired by such shows as The Golden Girls and Saved by the Bell, is now offering Back to the Video Store in select cities including Chicago and San Diego. The event only costs around $21. The ticket includes one drink, other food and drinks sold separately, and greets you with old movie posters, arcade games, and a bedroom that has been standing still since the 90s. Fun cocktails are offered based on classic films including The Jaws, made with tequila and blue curacao, served in a fishbowl with gummy sharks. The food menu theming is similar, featuring offerings such as Mighty Duck mozzarella sticks. Bonus for any non-drinking friends, the event listing says that most of the cocktails can be made as a mocktail, so you don't miss out on the fun if you don't imbibe. In addition to the eccentric vibe, throwback movies are also shown each night of the event, including Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Clueless. If you're interested in attending the event, visit bucketlisters.com to select your city and search for Back to the Video Store events. And now it's time to pause for station identification to hear from a group of people who grew up in the video store just like I did, our podcast network, the PFPN.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
Last story of the day lets us know it can't rain all the time. According to BloodyDisgusting.com, per a report from Deadline, Lionsgate has acquired the domestic rights to Bill Skarsgård's Crow reboot and says we can expect a release next year. It's been a while since we've heard a peep about the new take on The Crow starring Bill Skarsgård as Eric Draven, but Deadline reports that Lionsgate has just tied up an 8-figure deal for domestic rights to The Crow reboot that was directed by Rupert Sanders, who brought us Snow White and the Huntsman and Ghost in the Shell. On a side note, not from the Bloody Disgusting article, fans of The Crow will also be treated in the near future to a Crow fan film with Days of Sodom from Cody Falk, which should release sometime soon and can be found on Facebook for more updates. I do my best here on Spill the Guts to not only select stories I feel will be of interest, but also are anchored in reliable outcome. The Crow reboot has been elusive and taken many forms over the years, but as one of my all-time favorite movies, I will always have a special place in my heart for any news about anything related to this franchise. I do, however, wish we could see some fresh quality offerings from the Crow universe as opposed to a reboot. The world of The Crow, especially as it pertains to comics and literature, is rich with many great stories that deserve some time on the screen as well. Regardless,
can't rain all the time.
And that's a wrap on your Monday news. Don't forget to connect with the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast on all mainstream social media platforms, as if we give you a choice not to. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss a thing, because like I keep saying, more is a-coming. And join me back here this coming Wednesday for more news on another edition of
Spill the Guts.
Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Show some fucking respect for the dead, will ya?